Lamine Yamal waving the Palestinian flag at Barcelona's title parade instantly became one of the most defining images of the season. The gesture went completely viral, and within 24 hours, the football media did what it always does. It shifted the focus. Journalists immediately began hunting for managers, desperate to ask whether young footballers should just stay out of politics. But one of those journalists made a critical, fatal mistake. Ahead of a crucial Premier League match, he decided to look for a headline by asking Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola. The journalist asked, "What do you think of Lamine Yamal's actions during the Barcelona championship celebration? And don't you think a football player should avoid getting involved in matters outside of football?" Guardiola didn't flinch. His response was immediate and devastating. He turned the question right back around, noting the massive irony. Then shouldn't you also avoid getting involved in things outside your own field? You are sitting here to ask me about tomorrow's Crystal Palace game. But Pep didn't stop there. He decided to give a lesson on human empathy. A footballer is an example to people. Millions admire him, and his opinion carries real weight. So if necessary, he must speak his mind. Then, he made it deeply personal to the reporter. If you found your wife and children buried under rubble, what would you do? Like the people over there? Would you go out to a press conference, put on a suit, and talk about a footballer chasing a ball? Of course not. He closed the door on the topic completely. What makes Guardiola's defensive masterclass even sharper is the blatant double standard that exists in modern football media. Think back to the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. When the German national team covered their mouths in the official team photo to protest FIFA's political bans, the global media praised them for their bravery. No one told them to stick to sports. But when an 18-year-old shows solidarity with millions facing a humanitarian crisis, critics suddenly call it a distraction. The unwritten rule in football seems clear. Politics in sports is completely fine, as long as it aligns with the right narrative. Pep Guardiola didn't have to say a word. He had a tactical battle against Crystal Palace to prepare for, and it would have been incredibly easy to give a generic, safe answer. But he chose truth over safety. When one of the most powerful, respected, and decorated minds in football history publicly backs a teenager for using his global platform, it changes the entire ecosystem of the sport. It validates the player's voice. Should footballers remain silent on human tragedies outside the lines of the pitch? Pep Guardiola has already given his definitive answer. Now, we want to hear from you. Was Pep right to silence the media? Or should the game stay entirely neutral? Drop your analysis in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to Football Flash.
Lamine Yamal, yeah, he's taking it to levels. On the bus with the crown, but he's fighting all the devils. Flag in the air, yeah, he's standing for the truth. Pressure on the chest, man, he's sealing every film. Levels! He's standing for the truth. Real legend in the streets, represent the youth. 918 on the back, but he's carrying the weight. Pressure on the chest, man, he's sealing every fate. Ha! Levels. Lamine Yamal, yeah, he's taking it to levels. On the bus with the crown, but he fighting all the devils. Flag in the air, yeah, he's standing for the truth. Real legend in the streets, represent the youth. 19 on the back, but he's carrying the weight. Pressure on the chest, man, he's sealing every fate. Levels! Levels! Lights blur as the bus rolls through the heat. From the mud and the grass to the gold on every street. I was just a kid with a dream and a Barcelona kit. Now the whole world watches every move, every hit. Standing on the top deck, reaching for the light. A breakthrough moment in the middle of the night. They see the jersey, they see the golden name, but there's more than just points inside this game. You be on the bus, flying through the sun. The battle is over, the victory is won. Raising the colors, standing for the truth. The voice of the people, the power of the youth. Yeah, we're on a roll, never gonna stop. Lamine on the come up, straight to the top. Confidence is quiet, but the rhythm is loud. Moving through the confetti, looking at the crowd. They wanted the goals, I gave them the heart. This isn't the finish, man, it's just the start. No fear in the eyes, just the shine of the prize. Watching the energy in the city as it rise. No fear in the eyes, just the shine of the prize. Watching the energy in the city as it rises. You be on the bus, flying through the sun. The battle is over, the victory is won. Yeah, we're on a roll, never gonna stop. Lamine on the come up, straight to the top. Static in the air, wheels on the stone. Young king bus top sitting on the throne. Young king bus top sitting on the throne. Pressure's heavy, nah, the pressure's light. Pressure's heavy, nah, the pressure's light. Moving through the city, yeah, we own the night. Chrome glint, flash blind, sirens in the back. Carrying the weight, never off the track. One hand high, painting colors in the sky. One hand high, painting colors in the sky. One hand high, painting colors in the sky. Watch the silence break, watch the fear die. Hold it up, keep it steady, let the world see. Defined by the moment, wild and free. No hesitation, eyes on the line. Taking the future, eyes on the line. Taking the future, claiming what's mine. High speed, no brakes, watch the legacy burn. Taking the future, claiming what's mine. High speed, no brakes, watch the legacy burn. Every city, watch the legacy burn. Every city, every street, it's all my turn. Just the start. See the vision, no apologies. Gone.